we are going on a journey, a very long journey, through the world of the Target novelizations in publication order. Every week, we are looking at a new book, talking about Terrence Dicks, Malcolm Hulke, and all our Doctor Who novelization friends. Whatever you do, keep turning the pages. This is Jason Miller of the Doctor Who Literature Podcast, a member of the Direction Point Podcast Network, and you are listening to Doctor Who Gives a drunken Doctor Who podcast for the end times.
Hello, and welcome back to Doctor Who Gives a Fuck, a drunken Doctor Who podcast for the end times. This is JB in New Orleans, and we are going to pick up right where we left off on the last episode, where Chris, Sean, and I are speculating over the rankings of Doctor Who episodes with our special guest Lelon from the West Coast. So enough of my jabbering, and enjoy the rest of the podcast.
From the 9th, 10th, and 11th Doctor eras, starting with JB on Rose.
Ooh, okay.
At 71.
Ooh, at 71. Rose at 71. I'm going to say it went up, but not by much. And the only reason it went up is the speech that Eccleston says about, the Earth spinning and that he can actually feel it and shit. Everything else in that story is complete crap. But I'm going to say it went up, but not by much. So I'm going to buy.
All right, Sean, 71.
That's too high. I think this is a really crappy episode. Saved only by Rose's detective work when she's trying to hunt the Doctor down. I know why I think that people rated it higher 10 years ago, because it was the first Eccleston episode. It was the premiere of the show. It hasn't dated well. I mean, it looks terrible. I mean, it's no Time in the Ronnie, but I am going to sell. This has gone down, I bet you, 20 plus points.
All right, Chris.
Was it Sean sold? What JB do?
I bought.
By the way, should I double out on that?
This is my last chance, isn't it? Yeah, I'll double down. What do I got to lose?
It refreshes. This is a new round. This is the Modern Who round. So
That's
you got
right.
two. This is the very first question.
This is. I feel very confident that this is going to go down. So I will double down.
All right, Chris.
Bold. We're at 71, right?
Yep.
I agree. Interest in this is probably flagged. 71 seems high, although we did have a new companion come in named Rose, and I'll bet there were a lot of people playing catch up on that. I will sell as well.
All right. That was a sell. It went from 71 to 66.
Ooh, not that much. Okay.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it just ages a little poorly. Like, it's not a good story.
It does. It does.
Yeah. I was hoping that the Eccleston speech would have pumped it up a bit, but I will not make that mistake again.
All right, Sean, the Christmas Invasion at 77.
Okay, that's the first Tennant story, right?
Yes.
This is another one that has not aged well, but it has aged better than Rose, I think. I'm so sorry. What was the number that it has?
77.
It's not a really good opening for a new Doctor. The villains are boring. The Santas are cliche. I literally only like the spinning Christmas tree, I think. I'm going to say I'm going to sell. This 77 is really high.
All right, Chris.
I'm going to do something weird here. I'm going to buy, and I'm going to double it. The whole thing with David Tennant coming back, I think a lot of people that just jumped on board with the Jodie Whittaker stuff, when they heard Tennant was coming back, probably decided, oh, I need to catch up on shit. And a bunch of people that already knew about it probably decided I want to go revisit it. So I'm betting people flooded back to looking at some Tennant shit, and this was the first one, so they probably started there. So buy double.
All right, JB.
Okay, so Sean has sold double and Chris has bought double. Is that what I'm understanding?
Sean did not double this one. He
Okay,
just sold.
Sean. Okay, yeah, this was David Tennant's first episode technically, but he was barely fucking in it. As far as first episodes of modern Doctor Who's, you have Rose, which we already talked about. We have the 11th Hour, which I think is probably the best of the modern series new first episodes of Doctor Who. We had Deep Breath, which was one of the better stories, I think, of that season. And I mean, Jodie's first episode did make it. I mean, I think that was the highest rated episode she ever got, because everyone was just so fucking curious about what a female doctor was going to be like. And what was the initial ranking for this one?
77.
That seems a little high to me. I'm going to go low. I'm going to sell.
All right, that was a big sell. Sorry. That went from 77 to 55.
Holy fuck.
Wow.
I am so fucking out of this shit.
22 points.
It can turn fast if you start getting them right and they get them wrong. But
I've already been on a fucking uptrend.
That episode just was really tonally weird for his character. Like he was barely
in it.
I know, but at the end he has that, he throws the sword through the guy and then he
makes a big impression when he shows up.
Yeah. And then they don't do anything with it. All right. Chris. Rise of Cybermen / The Age of Steel. So we're staying with David Tennant. This one came in at exactly 50. It was middle.
God damn it.
Years ago. Rise of the Cybermen, Age of Steel. Rose says goodbye. Wait, didn't I? Yeah.
Yep. If I recall, the last Cyberman one went up, and I got it wrong.
Actually, technically, no. That was not their last. That was not when Rose said goodbye. I mean, she said goodbye to Mickey, but
that was the other one.
Yeah, that was Army of Ghosts Doomsday. No, this is.
Yeah.
So they go to the parallel universe
you're right.
Where her dad's alive.
Right. We do have a farewell, but it's a farewell to Mickey. Yeah. Kind of, sort of, because he does fucking come back.
Yeah. RTD is always bringing him back. Well, so's Moffat. Shit. I almost want to just flip a coin on this one. I'm going to sell.
All right. JB.
I am going to buy, because that was basically the Cybermen Dalek showdown that we've all been waiting for. And yeah, it was really kind of silly, because it's like, no, what a stupid fool you are. I know you are, but what am I?
That's not this episode. That's the other.
I am so sorry. See, this is why this is a drunken podcast, because we can barely.
You just explained it and then you fucked it up.
Okay. All right. So Army is still okay. So Army of Ghosts. No. I'm still on the wrong track. Okay. Yeah. Focus, JB. Focus. Rise of Cybermen, The Age of Steel. First modern Cyberman episode. The Parallel Earth. The big, we have Mickey and Ricky. It's really hard because, I mean, Noel Clark, his stock is completely like dropped down to zero now.
Oh yeah.
So So, I mean, I know a lot of fans are not going to be able to look at this without drudging up the whole Noel Clark controversy. But 50 seems a little low to me. I suppose it's not an option to do neither buy or sell, because I don't think this is actually budged a bit. But I know I got to do one or the other. 50%.
And he's going deep. He's going so deep.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
but you also have to compare it to all the other Cybermen stories that followed. And we had Army of Ghost Student State that would have probably, I think, gone up a bit. You have the Closing Time, which is a piece of shit. You had fucking Danny Pink sacrificing himself. You had fucking Bill shot, I had a hole, basically blown on her chest, Wile E. Coyote style.
The terrible Neil Gaiman episode.
Yeah. Oh God. Oh fuck. Oh God. Okay. All right. Based on all that shit, okay, this has got to gone up. Not by much, but it's got to gone up. So I'm going to buy.
All right, Sean.
Purely out of strategy, because I have no fucking idea. I am going to sell.
Okay. That was a big sell. That's 38.
Oh!
Yeah.
Wow!
I think it is the Mickey stuff. Although
Yeah.
the 10th Doctor era in general did not fare well in the last 10 years. I think people were just real high on it for the 50th because he was coming back.
Mm-hmm.
But this is a big drop.
That's interesting you say that, though, because it's like, okay, we love the Doctor, but yeah, most of his episodes are not really. I mean, you have to compare it with like all of Doctor Who, and that's the thing you got to think of, because you have big hitters like Tom Baker, you got John Pertwee, you got Trot. I mean, a lot of people really like Hartnell. A lot of people really like Matt Smith. A lot of people, I mean. It's very. I mean, that surprises me that it went down that much.
The next one's yours. It is Utopia at 78.
And who's this? This
is yours.
Utopia at 78. Oh dear God. Okay, so this is another conundrum here, because on the one hand you have John Barrowman, who is also. I don't think it's as bad as Noel Clark, because John Barrowman has got a bad fucking rap. I mean, yes, he pulled his dick out in front of on set, but he apologized for it. Okay, so on one hand you have the whole John Barrowman thing, but I think people are more. I think generally people are more forgiving, and then on the other hand you have Sir Derek Jacobi in his one and only appearance as his 5 or 10 seconds as the Master. And that was an incredible setup. And what was the rank? What was the current ranking, or the ranking from 10 years ago?
It was 78.
70. Oh, 78. That seems a bit high. But then you also have Martha. I'm going to take a gamble. I'm going to say it went up, not that by much, but it did go up. I'm going to buy.
That leaves me, right? 78's a bit high. It's a good episode, but it's not that good. So I think I'm going to sell. I'm not going to double down on it, though, but I will sell.
I think I will sell on this. My question is whether I want to double on it or not. I can't imagine this has gone up. I can't think of any reason it would go up. Can't really think of any reason it would go down particularly, other than it's just, well, fuck it, I'll double. I'm going to sell and I'll double.
This would be your last double for this round.
That's cool.
All right. That was a buy.
God damn it.
God damn it.
It was a small one. It just went from 78 to 81.
Yeah, I figured the increment would have been small, but it did go up.
I am probably like 800 points behind JB at this point.
All right. This one's for Sean. The Doctor's Daughter at 26.
Oh,
Damn.
Oh.
that's about right, in my opinion. Completely forgettable, other than the fact that he would go on to marry Georgia Moffat.
Right, Georgia Moffat, yeah.
However, I don't feel that it really can go any lower. I mean, the stuff below this is like Jodie Whittaker stuff. I think I think I'm gonna buy. I don't think it's gonna go up much, but I will buy.
All right, Chris.
I, too, am going to buy. I can't. I mean, the episodes that are worse than this, I'm pretty sure are already below it. So, I can't. Yeah, I'm going to buy.
JB.
Okay, I'm not going to waste anyone's time. I am also going to buy. Because that seems a bit low even for that one. And yeah, I agree. There's a lot worse stuff than that.
That was a sell.
Ooh.
God damn it.
That went from 26 to 13.
Oh,
Damn.
And when you consider the episodes that were added at this time, this was...
Right.
yes.
I think there is some gender sexuality criticism around like the idea of cloning his daughter or something that like came up.
There's got to be something.
It became icky at some point, and I think that's what you're seeing.
Only because he's fucking him in real life, you know.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe it's just
Fair.
All right.
Yeah, we're missing something on that. There's something there. There's something.
Well,
there.
but we're missing that because we're Gen X, middle-aged cis white fucks. Well, except for Sean, of course, but we're not plugged into the zeitgeist, which is modern Doctor Who fandom, I guess.
We're out of the demographic, man.
Yeah.
All right. Chris.
Yes.
Amy's Choice at 58.
Amy's Choice. That has to have gone down. I remember it was very hyped when it came out. Yeah. And that suffers from the whole Moffat thing of the rewatchability. It's like, when the mystery's gone from it, it's not that much fun anymore. That has to have gone down. So I'm going to sell.
All right. JB.
Okay, so let's clarify here. Amy's Choice, this is the one with the Dream Lord, right?
Yes, I think I called him the Dream Master, but yeah, he's the Dream Lord.
Okay.
Between their like immediate future where she's pregnant and then being like on a freezing TARDIS.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was a highlight of that season, and season 5 is generally looked up in comparison. I mean, I think for me and for a lot of Doctor Who fans, it all went downhill after season 5.
Agreed.
Because you've got the power of fucking 3. I mean, that piece of shit.
Chibnall.
You've got. Yeah, exactly. That was the portent of things to come. I don't think it went up by much, but I have to say it went up, so I'm going to buy.
All right, Sean.
I think that one has gone up in people's estimation. I think it's quite good, and I don't recall hearing anything bad about it. I am going to buy this time. I think it went up a little bit.
That was a big buy. That went up from 58 to 71.
I'm so fucking bad at this.
All right, here we go. JB.
Yes.
God Complex.
Oh. Oh my God. 52? You've got to be fucking kidding me. That only got a 52? That fucking episode made me cry.
I know, that was a good fucking episode.
50 fucking two. You've got to be fucking kidding me. I'm doubling down, motherfucker, on that. I'm buying that fucking shit.
All right, that's your first double down this round.
Yes.
Sean.
I think that, just to make sure I know what the hell I'm talking about, this is the one with the Minotaur, right?
Yes.
Okay. I love this episode. I'm in complete agreement with JB. I am going to buy, and I'm going to double down. That's really low for this one. Yeah. But you know what? We're old men, so maybe they'll, the kids.
All right, that was your last double down of this round. Chris. The God Complex at 52.
And I'm out of doubles, right?
You're out of doubles.
Yeah. I wish I had one. I am going to buy on this one. I am probably dead ass wrong on that because I seem to be dead ass wrong all the fucking time. But this one absolutely should be higher than that. It's a fucking banger of an episode. I hope people figured that out and watched it. I'm buying.
All right, this was a small buy. This went from 52 to 57.
Well, at least it went up.
Too low.
Okay.
People,
That's a good episode.
People kind of just dunk on that season in general, I think.
Yeah, but that was like one of the few highlights, I think, for me. You know, we had the big Curse of Fendrick callback on that. Done much better, I think. And it was like really, really one of those fucked up episodes. And I think everyone was on their A game with that episode. And that was, I mean, and also that should have been the Amy and Rory's last episode. Full stop.
That episode also featured the only Buchanan to feature in Doctor Who. Remember the guy that was all freaked out by the marionettes or by the ventriloquist dummies?
Yeah.
The character's last name was Buchanan.
Well, how about that?
Which you don't actually hear in the show. You only find that out in the credits. But that's
really?
Yeah, I looked it up. That's the only Buchanan in Doctor Who.
All right, Sean. The baby episode closing time.
Your favorite.
For 33.
I think for some reason people don't like James Corden anymore. So it's probably going to be hard for a lot of people to watch that. I don't have a problem with James Corden. I don't even know what he did wrong that he kind of got canceled for. I think that you said 34?
33.
Okay. That's 1/3. I am going to sell this. This is not good. Plus, these are younger people, and they tend to not like babies. And they've heard bad things about James Corden, so I am going to sell. It's going to go down.
Chris.
I don't like babies and James Corden. No.
Wait, is this the baby one, or is this the one that's the? Is this the
yes,
first one?
That's the baby one.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a pretty shit episode. It should be at the bottom, but did it go up or down? I will sell. I agree with Sean. I think I don't know what James Corbin did, but I think he did something that pissed off the kids.
All right, and then JB.
I am also going to sell, and I think Sean and Chris, you have forgotten one major factor.
Yeah, I was going to say, but you know who wrote it, don't you?
Gareth Roberts.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm selling that motherfucker.
All right, that was a huge sell. It went from 33 to 8.
Oh, damn.
People
Yeah, I forgot the Gareth Roberts connection.
Yeah.
Put that right in the fucking dumpster.
The larger was worse. In fact, I think the larger is the biggest drop between the two, and it was also written by Gareth.
That shit's on the bargain bin next to all the Harry Potter DVDs.
Yeah, Shakespeare Code, which he wrote. Same thing.
Oh man,
what's the other one that he did? The boring one with that stupid machine thing. The Capaldi one, where he plays the gym teacher.
Oh, The Caretaker.
The Caretaker, yeah.
God, I fucking
that makes so much fucking sense now. God. Okay. This the only person with the double down left is JB. This is the last question of the round. Chris gets it. It is Journey to the Center of the TARDIS for 17.
Okay. 17?
17.
I mean, I feel like I have to buy that. It's not a great episode, but I like it. It's pretty good. I don't think it deserves 17. I could think of a lot more that belong down there, and they probably come up. Yeah, I'm definitely going to buy.
Okay. JB.
Oh God, that's hard. 17. Oh God, Journey to the Center of TARDIS.
It's not a great episode, but you can think of a lot of worse ones that have came out.
You can. I mean, it's a little bit problematic racially, I think, with the brothers, but you do have some drama there between Matt Smith and Jenna Coleman. That is played very well, and you do have exploration of the TARDIS, and you do have the basically the black hole, which is basically calls back to Rassilon and Omega. 17 seems a little low to me. I think it went up not by much. I'm not going to double down, but I am going to buy.
All right, Sean.
I agree with everything that you guys said. It's safe to say that it probably went up. So I am going to buy.
That was a sell.
Of course it was.
Oh,
Every
man.
time we agree, we're wrong.
That went from 17 to 5.
Holy shit!
Wow.
And I think it's only because this was the season that was happening while they were taking this poll.
Oh,
So
okay.
I think, because it just got decimated in the last 10 years. I think people were just high on it because it was the new thing. But yes, that's a really bad score when you consider that there's 3 seasons of Jodie Whittaker and 3 seasons of Capaldi.
Exactly. Yeah, I think.
Right,
I mean,
yeah.
come on. There's got to be. Yeah, exactly. That doesn't make any sense to me. But okay, I'll take your word for it.
This is Tim Trelaw.
This is David J. Howe.
I'm Peter Purvis.
I am Sadie Miller. This is Lauren Cornelius.
Larry, it's Fraser.
For all things in the Doctor Who collecting world and beyond, the Doctor Who Collectors Podcast. I'm Larry Van Mersbergen, your host, and I've been collecting for 42 years. You're listening to Doctor Who Gives a F***, a drunken Doctor Who podcast on the Direction Point Podcast Network.
We go into the final round where we do Capaldi and Whittaker episodes, which were not in the poll 10 years ago, obviously. So I have made these numbers up. I kind of scored them blindly on what I think they would be. And then,
Okay.
So you're kind of playing against me in the third round. You're not playing against
Okay. Okay. So what are the standings at the end of round 2?
JB's winning. Sean is very close. In fact, the two of you have the same number of questions correct. However, Sean's poor use of doubling down has left him a few points behind, but very, very close.
And I am so fucked.
Yeah, I mean, you're not mathematically eliminated.
Okay.
Thanks
for the slim
You'd have to run the board here, and you'd have to hope that they make quite a few mistakes.
Yeah.
All right, this one's yours, Sean. You get to kick off the third round.
Okay.
Kill the Moon, the abortion episode. You can have that at 19.
Oh, people hate this one. It's risky, but I think I'm going to sell this one because I think this did not age well. It's just, yeah. I'm gonna sell. I'm gonna sell.
All right, Chris.
And I don't even think people will get the whole abortion thing. Radio Free Scarro didn't.
And this is 17, right?
19.
19. Radio Scarro didn't want to get the whole abortion thing. That wasn't they didn't get it. That was they were ducking. I'm going to I don't have a finger on the pulse of this one, so I'm just going to guess that statistically it probably had to go up. So I will buy.
All right, JB.
I'm going to go with my gut. This is a very emotionally charged decision, but that for me was when the magic stopped for me. That was when I could no longer excuse Doctor Who for just bullshit. So I'm selling that fucker.
All right, that was a sell. That is actually
God, I'm bad at this.
So, Chris, just to remind you how this round works, it didn't go up or down. I made up the number 19 based on what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, got it. Okay. Yeah.
What was the ranking?
6.
Holy fuck!
Wow.
But somehow still like it more than Journey to the Center of the TARDIS. But yes, this one's weird because if you're online, it does feel more even because there are people who defend this very loudly, but almost no one likes this episode because it's a bad episode with a bad message.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. There was nothing good going on.
It was a mixed message because I still don't know whether or not it was supposed to be pro-choice or pro-life.
Right.
And
I'm not sure where they were going with that.
I mean, and you can say the same thing about Kerblam, which I don't know if you have Kerblam on coming up, but you can say the same thing about Kerblam.
Well, maybe we'll see. Chris, Mummy of the Orient Express at 78.
So, that's way high for that. But, and it's got some Queen in it, so that's redeeming. And things have gotten a lot shittier since then, but 78 is so fucking high. I am going to sell.
All right, Chris is selling. JB.
I also agree. I think 70 is too high. I think Capaldi was when a lot of people, a lot of friends back in Chicago that were really into Doctor Who during Tennant and Smith. Once Capaldi came into the picture, and then we had Drek like the Caretaker, which came on before this, and Robin of Sherwood, and I think 78 is too high. This compared to the whole of Doctor Who, so I am also going to sell.
Sean.
I'm probably going to regret this, but I think this went up. I think this is probably the best Capaldi episode. Although, What's the Fuck probably outbeat it. The one where he punches the wall a billion times. I'm gonna gamble. I'm gonna say buy.
That was a buy.
Oh yes.
It went up a little from 78 to 82, or I should say even higher than I thought it would.
Excellent.
The Capaldi era is weird because, like, if you go online, it feels like everyone has different favorites and it's a lot muddier. But actually, in the rankings, like, people either love his episodes or they're just in the absolute pits. Like, they're either 70 plus or below 30. There's just a lot of stuff in the middle. And
wow,
this one for some reason.
Yeah, very polarizing.
All right, that was a small one. JB, Under the Lake Before the Flood at 47.
Not a very memorable episode. Probably the most boring title that you can ever think of. This is the one that I always refer to as In and Around the Lake. Mountains come out of the sky and they stand there. Which is a line from Roundabout for those of you playing along at home. This was actually the first episode that Chris Buchanan was a guest on Who 37 for.
Ooh, was it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I remember that now. Yeah.
Yeah, we had a good time talking about that. So that's. But I honestly don't remember much about it, except Clara was a complete see you next Tuesday on it. And what was the score you gave it?
47.
47. I don't think it's that memorable story. I think it went down. I'm going to sell.
All right. Sean.
I think this is better than 47 because this has one of the coolest openings to an episode in it, and that's the part where, while he's in the TARDIS, Capaldi breaks the fourth wall and explains to the audience what a bootstrap paradox is.
I fucking hate that.
Oh, no.
He was mansplaining.
Or Moffat
Okay.
splaining.
Okay.
Real. He was totally Moffat splaining.
All right, fine. Whatever. I liked it. Okay, so you just go to Verity.
He likes it. He likes it when a man becomes forceful and like really like tells them what to think.
You sound like these ladies on that fucking podcast they don't listen to anymore. And I'm not talking about Verity. I'm talking about something. Look at my face.
Yeah, I saw that post. It's like, okay, that's got to be. I mean, I don't listen to horror podcasts, but it's like, okay, there's got to be an interesting story there.
Oh man, no, it's just, yeah. I think this is going to go up. I'm going to buy. I have a good feeling about this one, but apparently I might be in the minority here, so we'll see.
All right, Chris.
Which episode are we on again?
In there around the lake, mountains come out of the sky and they stand there.
Lake in the mountains, we're like 47. The ones close to the middle, they're the hardest. Like I haven't fucked up everything else. I'm going to bet this has gone down. I'm going to sell. I don't think there's anything that has drawn anybody back to this episode. And as Lelon said, that Capaldi is very polarizing, and this one's right in the middle, so it had to go somewhere, and I'll bet it went down. So I'm selling.
It was a buy. It was a big buy.
Oh, my God.
It was a 62.
I'm so bad at this.
Wow.
I don't understand. I mean, I like the first one, but taken as a whole, that seems crazy to me. I have no explanation.
It does. It does.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah.
All right, Sean, the husbands of River Song.
Okay, what did you rate it at?
81.
Wow.
Oh, that's very, very ambitious, good sir. That's just too high. It's too high. I am going to say that's got to be a sell, even though I actually kind of like that episode. But it's got stuff in it. I don't think that River is popular anymore, and even worse, it features Nardole prominently, one of the most hated Doctor Who companions of modern time. I'm going to say, yeah, sell, get it out, move along.
All right, Chris.
This one's another one of my hidden gems. I actually love this episode because it finally puts the whole River Song thing to bed. Yes, it has Matt Lucas in it, who brings everything he's in down. Even Wonka. He even fucked up Wonka. But
he's in that?
Yes, he is. He's one of the baddies.
Oh dear.
But I personally love this episode, and I think it deserves a very high ranking, which is why I'm going to go the exact opposite, and I'm going to sell, because I've fucked up everything before this. So I'm going to sell, and I'm going to sell hard. I'm going to sell, and I'm going to double on it.
All right.
Okay.
Total strategery on that.
Okay. Yeah. I'm not going to double down, but I am going to sell. I think that number that Lelon gave was a little too high. Yeah, I mean, I love the bit where Capaldi is like acting like he's been in the TARDIS for the very first time. He's completely having fun with that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Beautiful scene.
It'd be a very beautiful scene. I mean, that's probably one of his best performance, I think. And I love the man. I love the man as an actor. I loved him as a doctor, but he just had so many shitty scripts. But yeah, the River Song thing's been played out. And there have been much more memorable Christmas episodes than this one. It can't be any higher than what Lelon said. I don't think it's that much lower. Maybe like by 10 or 15. So I'm going to sell.
It was 20 lower. It came in at 61.
Wow. Redemption for me.
That is an insane number. Let me read some of the episodes that people think that are better than the Husbands of River Song. Okay. Marco Polo, Under the Lake Before the Flood, the one we just did.
Wow. Okay. No.
Vengeance
Marco
on
Polo I'll take.
Happiness Patrol, The Visitation, Modern Undead, Full Circle, The Curse of Peladon. Those are all better than the Husbands of River song. Like, that's crazy.
I'd make an argument for a few of those.
Yeah, I would too. Yeah.
Did you say Vengeance on Varos as well?
Yes, Vengeance on Varos is at 63.
Yeah, that's pretty...
Like that scene where she's ranting about the doctor not being there, and then that's when he reveals himself. Like, I don't know. People love this too. Like, I've never seen anyone say that they hated this episode.
If you want to look at a Doctor Who episode just as a pure fucking love story, this is probably one of the fucking better ones. It's really fucking good in the love story department.
Right. But I think a lot of people thought that, okay, we've had enough of River Song. Why are we bringing her back? I think that's probably that. I mean, it's the way her story should have ended, but people were fed up with her. I think by that point, and was not patient enough to. I mean, personally, I think it's one of the better Christmas stories. I think it's one of the better Capaldi stories, mainly because Clara is not fucking on it.
Yeah.
But I mean, that number you gave it was just too high for me. So yeah, I didn't think it was going to go that low, but yeah.
All right, Chris, the woman who fell to earth.
Ooh.
We've got 5 more. They're all going to be Jodie Whittaker episodes. The woman who fell to earth at 28.
28. I am going to sell. I think that went down from there. That episode probably peaked like right when it came out. There's, everybody wanted to see the new woman doctor, and everybody then realized that this episode was shit. And I can't imagine it going up by any stretch of the imagination, which means it probably did. But I'm going to go with my gut. And I'm gonna sell.
All right, E.
I think. Did you say 28?
Yes.
That seems a bit low for me. I think, like I said, this was the one that got the. I think it was like a 10 point something in the ratings. A lot of people. I mean, this was Jodie. I think this was probably Jodie's finest moment, aside from the Punjab episode. And I mean, we have the one character that I think is up there with Pigbin Josh as the most what the fuck character in Doctor Who, and that's the salad guy.
The salad? What's this? I don't remember this.
Oh, yes.
The homeless man that's throwing his salad at fucking Toothface.
At Toothface, yeah.
Okay.
Where did that come from?
What was that whole scene about?
Yes.
Yeah, I think if you're from that town, you get it, because they always give you a salad with your kebab, and no one eats the salad.
Oh, okay.
It's like eat my salad, eat my salad, and he throws it in his face.
Yeah, but this is a fucking drunk homeless guy who's throwing a salad at this fucking Toothface, man. It's got. I don't think it's that much higher, but I'm gonna buy. I'm gonna fucking buy.
All right.
Did you call him Toothface?
Yep. Yes, I did.
Is that official name among?
No,
family?
It's not an official name. No.
Is now.
Yes,
I'm going to say that there cannot be done because there is a better Toothface out there in the show Channel Zero. Just look it up. You will not be able to unsee it. Yeah, this is way too low for this episode. I actually enjoyed this a great deal. Although that might be part nostalgia boner because I remember seeing it at my friend's house and, we were all geeking out and excited and all that. But, I enjoyed it. Thank God it wasn't like, Rose or some shit. Yeah, the first season of Whittaker did have some good ones. This was one of them. I thought it was a pretty good adventure story. It was it actually also had a horror element to it, which I enjoyed. That was a scary ass monster. So I am so going to buy on this. I'm so confident that I'm even going to double down on it.
Oh.
All right. That was a buy.
Oh, yes.
Chris.
I'm bad at this. I'm fucking bad at this.
38.
Okay, I don't have to be good at everything, you know?
All right. JB.
Yes.
Arachnids in the UK for 18.
8. Oh, God. 18. Oh, God. No.
Right.
It's young 18. Oh, God. That was a fucking piece of shit. Oh, God. Okay. Okay. I mean, aside from the fact that we had the Trump wannabe with Mr. Big and the faux drama with Yaz's family, which no one gave a shit about, a lot of people are basically were complaining about how basically Jodie Whittaker had issues about them shooting the spiders, but we'll let them suffocate. That's fine. Or was it the other way around? I don't remember.
Oh, you said Jodie Whittaker, not the doctor, so I thought you were talking about them actually filming the spiders, and I'm like, I don't think there's a real spider in that episode.
No, she did an Alec Baldwin.
Yeah.
Too soon.
I think we're talking single digits here. I'm going to sell that motherfucker.
All right, Sean.
I completely disagree with you, sir.
Oh.
I kind of like this. I think it's kind of fun. And, it's like a horror episode. And it is, I don't know, I want to watch it again now.
Come on.
It doesn't suck that much.
What's his name lures him with, like, hip-hop music? What the fuck was that all about?
That's too low, though. I like the nice twist that Donald Trump doesn't die. That was like,
I don't.
Well, no, I mean, I don't either. But
Bring him back 2 more times and then probably kill him in the 3rd one.
Yeah.
But no, they didn't fucking follow
But they
up on
didn't.
that. They didn't.
That's
That's my whole problem.
Yeah, me too. They couldn't bring him back.
You said.
Oh, really?
That's right. Because he got canceled.
Yeah, so they that's why they killed him on a Peloton in Sex and the City.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Did not know that. That's right. In the movie, that's right. Yeah. Okay. I'm still gonna buy though. I'm gonna buy. Even if I had a double down left, I wouldn't use it because I'm not that confident. But yeah.
You have 1 left. You haven't used 2 this round. You only used 1.
Yeah, I don't want to use it on this one.
All right. Chris.
I'm going to go with JB on this one. This episode's low. It deserves to be lower. It's garbage. It's boring. I've every time I watch this episode, like a few minutes into it, I'm like fucking with my phone and like looking for a snack, and I don't like
Thinking about masturbating.
or doing it. Maybe both. I mean, spiders are kind of hot, dude. I mean, 8 legs. But, yeah, it's low, but I think it can go lower.
All right, Chris sold. That was a sell. That was a big sell.
Oh.
That was down to 2.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
That is garbage numbers.
Yes.
Yeah, that's like let's see what's next to 2 down there.
Like Twin Dilemma.
Fear Her is a 2.
Ooh. Yeah, that one's reviled. I don't know why, because I don't necessarily think it's that bad an episode.
Twin
Not
Dilemma's
as bad as Twin Dilemma.
Twin Dilemma's a 3 now. Twin Dilemma's a 3.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't really get the Twin Dilemma hate.
Look at that. The Whittaker era was so bad it brought up Twin Dilemma.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's a Capaldi down there too. All right, here we go. Sean. Spyfall for 32. And this is Spyfall's part 1 and 2 together. Spyfall 32.
I don't remember anything about this except it's a master and it's the James Bond one.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah. I have no memory of what happens in this story. I think, yeah, I think this one is going to be lower. I'm gonna I'm going to sell.
All right, Chris.
32. This is another difficult one because it's right about where I think it probably should be. So has it gone up or down? I'm going to sell. I think it went down. I think it had some hype. And it was a new Master episode. And then it kind of disappointed from there. So it probably went down. Yeah, I'm going to sell.
All right, JB.
This is really kind of difficult here because, yeah, I mean, yes, this is the first Sasha Dewan. This is also where basically the Doctor outs the Master to the Nazis and wipes the memory of not one but two women, which is, very questionable behavior for a Doctor. But I have to take
it. Doesn't wipe Nikola Tesla's memory later in the season, even though it's
or Babbage's. Yeah, exactly. So I think that's grounds for my argument that the 13th Doctor is a total misogynist. But I have to take into account that season. And although Futures of the Dune was a high mark, I think its stock has literally gone down with how they basically did not resolve that plot line at all. And what was the number you gave it, Lelon?
32.
32. Oh. I think I've changed my mind. I think I'm going to sell. I think it's gone down, not by much, but I don't think I don't think it got any higher than that. So yeah, sell.
All right, 3 sells. That was a buy. That was that was 52.
Oh man.
I'm telling you, anytime we agree, it's a bad thing.
Oh God.
I don't understand that one. It had to have been the Sasha Dewan reveal.
It had to have been.
And a lot of the criticisms you mentioned just got a lot of play on Twitter and then didn't go any further than that. It's like the the Gareth Roberts stuff. Like everyone's on the same page. I don't know that like a lot of people have really like read into all the stuff that's wrong with Spyfall. I think it's awful.
I guess the fans they cannot forgive real life transgressions, but I mean anything that's problematic that's in the story, we'll just overlook that.
Yeah, that the Doctor's doing especially.
Yeah, and she never gets called out on it. And that's just I attribute that to poor writing.
All right, 2 more questions left.
Okay.
Everyone has at least one double. I think JB has 2.
Okay.
Chris, you get this one first. It is Survivors of the Flux. I will also say JB and Sean are incredibly close in score right now.
Okay.
So Chris, Survivors of the Flux, second to last Flux episode. Don't ask me anything else because I could not tell you another thing about this episode.
I can't remember much either.
Its price is 19.
19. Yeah, it was shit. I remember that much.
I mean, this is after the Village of the Angels cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Angel takes her up to that satellite, right? So there's got to be a lot of Tectoon in this one, I assume?
Yes.
Okay. This is the one where she talks to Tectoon the whole time. 19. You want it?
Ooh. Oh, man. I am tempted to sell because as bad as 19 is, I think it probably dropped because it's that episode was shit. Yeah, why am I doing this like I got something to lose? I'm going to sell.
All right. JB.
I am also going to sell. I am going to double down on that.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. That's all I'm going to say.
All right. Sean.
All right. I don't remember this episode.
It's very forgettable.
It's not the one with the Angels one was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But other than that,
I mean, this is she's on the satellite with Tectoon. This is where she finds the fob watch, and I think
is this also the one where like they like Yaz and what's his fuck? They go up to the guru, and the guru says, "Find your dog or vet your dog."
Probably.
See,
That's about right.
I may as well have been drunk off my ass watching this.
You were.
Maybe I should go do it again. Watch it again. Well, but yeah, I'm gonna agree with. See, now I'm gonna jinx it. I'm gonna sell. I think this one is reviled by everyone, including me.
Right. Do you want to double?
There's two more. There's one more after this, right? No, I'm not gonna double. No, I have reservations.
All right, that was a sell. That was a sell.
Yeah.
That came in at 8.
Deserves it.
Yeah.
I think she had like 9 episodes come in the bottom 10%.
Wow. Oh my God. That's not good.
Yeah, 9 episodes in the bottom 10%. All right, last one. JB, Power of the Doctor.
Which one is that?
That was the last Jodie.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Power of the Doctor for 64.
Oh, 64.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, I'll just shut up.
Okay, 64. Power of the Doctor. Jodie's last episode. She regenerates it into Tennant, and the clothes also regenerate. The building blows up, and no one gets like dust on them.
Even though they're standing right
next to the fucking exactly.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. They drop Yaz off like a bad date.
Bad dates.
A very bad date. And Dan is just like, Dan got dodoed off the series big time with that. We also had, Daleks and Cybermen and the Master twerking at the Doctor. And what was the number you gave it?
64.
64. I think everyone was just finished with Jodie mentally. I think 64 is too high. I'm not going to double down, but I am going to sell this fucker.
All right, Sean, 64.
I feel like this might be a trick.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm...
Do it.
You know what? I'm gonna be safe since we're nearing the end, and I'm gonna sell. I'm gonna sell. I have this strange reason that it may, or strange feeling it may have gone up, but I'll sell.
All right, Chris.
Okay, did both of you sell?
Yes.
They both.
Okay. Well, I agree with most of your rationale, but I think you're both just being cowardly. So I'm going to buy. I'm going to double because this episode is an unappreciated gem. You guys you don't understand Doctor Who.
Okay.
I do think it is underappreciated. It is a buy. It went up. It came in at 68, so not huge. I think it should be in the 80s. I love this episode.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I love bringing back Tegan. Like that's very easily a thing that could have never happened, and especially this late in I could have seen Moffat doing it right, but at having not happened for so long, I did not think it was going to happen. And then I thought the Yaz thing with the Doctor, not the scene with the ice cream, because I don't think they need that, but the scene where the Doctor actually shows her hand and she asks her if she knows what that means. And like Yaz starts crying. Like, I think it's one of the best scenes in the show.
See, I don't even remember that. I just remember that. I just remember that they laid her down and like when she woke up, everyone was fucking gone. And, yeah.
Let's score. Well played. Well played. All right. So if we just look at ones that you got right and wrong. Chris, you were 11 and 16. So you got 11 right and 16 wrong.
All right.
JB, you went 16 for 11. And Sean, you went 17 for 10. So Sean got the most right. However, by points, JB has a narrow lead with 180 to Sean's 164 because of a very accurate double downing. Chris, you had -7. I mean, considering you went like 11 and 16, only being -7 is pretty good. Like you outscored your right and wrong. So you got the big ones right, and you had good double downs.
Thank you for cushioning the blow, man. I appreciate that.
Oh man,
God, I suck at this. I like this game though. This is.
Well, guess what? You can play it every 10 years.
All right. Well, we will have you. If we're still doing this podcast in 10 years,
I'm not dead in 10 years.
I should thank the person who did this, who did the poll. He's Herald of Creation on Twitter.
Okay.
So if you just search Herald of Creation on Twitter, one word, and you're like into Doctor Who, you'll find him. He does a lot of different kind of polling. Like right now, he's polling all the VNAs, Virgin New Adventures, and so maybe he'll do another big. It takes him like months and months and months to do all the episodes.
Oh
right?
yeah, I mean this is a lot of legwork you have to do.
Yeah. But yeah, I got other games. We don't have to wait that long.
All right. Well, we will certainly have you back on. This has been fun. Yeah. I mean, I was saying, that we needed to kind of shake things up a bit. And I mean, technically, I think you're the first guest that we've had.
We had a long talk about it, and we thought it was time to bring in a fourth.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean,
that's supposed to be something else, but whatever.
Well, I mean, yeah, but I don't know if Lelon wants to sign on full time. I mean, I think, yeah, we can bring in Lelon again. We can also bring in.
Yeah, when one of you's absent, when one of you can't make it.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, I did. When I said bring in a fourth, I don't mean permanently. I was just.
Yeah. I mean, I reached out because you guys were talking about. You was talking about taking time off, and I was like, well, I really wanted to run this game with all three of you because it doesn't really work with two people. It's going to take off. But yeah, now's not the time to take off. I think the next season and the next two seasons are going to be crazy. And I think there's going to be a lot to talk about.
I agree. No, I agree. I am looking forward to talking about it. I mean, Space Babies aside, I am curious as to what this, it's the thing is, it's like, my thing is, it's like, okay, do what you want, change what you want, make it as weird as you can, but just as long as you tell me a goddamn story.
Yeah, make it good.
Make it good and make it good and make it stick. Don't pussy out at the last minute and say, no, we're actually not going to do anything with this. If RTD can pull it out of the wire and tell a cohesive story, then I don't care if he does Space Babies or not. I don't care if he does all singing or not. Just anything's got to be better than what we've gotten in the last 5 years.
I was just thinking about this the other day, like why I like the first two Moffat seasons so much is because it feels like those are him saying like, well, what if Doctor Who was a fairy tale, right?
Yeah.
After that, he's just like, oh, Doctor Who's a fairy tale, so that's how you're supposed to write Doctor Who, which I don't think is right. I think if you're intentionally subverting Doctor Who, you take it too far and see what happens. And this season looks like Russell T Davies is like, what if Doctor Who was just really camp? Right? Like, not in the way that people say it is, but like, what if it really was? Like, what would it look like? And I think I think the whole season's going to kind of like have that kind of tone to it. It'll be interesting if that's just all he does or if season 2 is like wildly different. Like, we're already getting a new companion. Who knows?
I'm fine with all that, but like JB said, it's like, but while you're doing that, tell a good fucking story.
Yeah, and we're getting.
I'll take all the bells and whistles that go along with it as long as you can make it fucking intriguing and a good story.
We're getting 8 episodes and a special every year, right? We're going to get 8 episodes, then it's going to be a Christmas special, and then another 8 episodes the year after. That's awesome.
And then also, I mean, apparently we're going to get spinoffs. We're going to get a unit spinoff. We may get more spinoff. Maybe they'll bring Tinkin back for a spinoff, or maybe she'll be in the unit spinoff.
I strongly believe, I don't think this is like incredibly smart observation, but they're waiting to see how this season does before greenlighting any kind of spinoff.
Yeah,
like,
probably.
If the numbers are huge, they will be announcing stuff like week 3.
Okay, well,
I think you're right, sir.
Yeah, I think so. I think, we don't have that long to wait. We only got today is the 12th. I think the new season starts on May 10th. All the traditional BBC, watchers are pissed off that we're going to actually get it first before them. And I think the whole outrage is just really ridiculous. It's just Russell D. Davies, I think, has actually come out recently and said that, BBC as we know it is going to be dead in 5 years because of the change in politics in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't even coach it in the BBC as you know it. He thinks the BBC is literally going to go away in 10 years. They'll just kill it and they'll privatize everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I totally see that happening because it's not
probably not wrong.
It's not a sustainable operation anymore. I mean, no one. I mean, no. I mean, no one watches network television. I mean, except I mean, maybe if you're a boomer, if you're a dying boomer, you're still watching network television. But anything younger than that, no, you're not. You're streaming everything. You watch whenever you're watching. I mean, I don't understand the culture of people who only watch things on their phone because I
got one way to save the BBC and it's easy. And you just have the king. What do you, Sean, lawyer? What do you call it when the government steals your land? Eminent domain. They should domain all the soccer rights in England and then only air it on the BBC, and they'll be fine forever.
It's funny. I actually work in eminent domain, but
for the good guys or the bad guys?
For the bad guys. I work for the Attorney General's office, but believe me, the other people can be bad too.
So this has been fun. So Lelon, we will certainly have you back on at some point. Well, probably after the new series is done. We're basically the next 2 episodes we're going to do are we're going to review the first half of season 1, and then we'll do the second half of season 1, and then we will certainly have you back on later this year.
Awesome. I'll have a game ready.
All right, and if you want to go ahead and plug your podcast or whatever it is you want to plug, this is the time to do it.
Yeah, Indoctrination podcast. I keep it short, 15 minutes. What do the kids think of the episode? The end.
Okay, I will certainly. I'll give it a listen.
I'm going to check it out for sure.
Mm-hmm. We just did the master plan.
Oh dear God.
I know. He listened to it. We had to. I tried to do it all in one, and halfway through, I'm like, no, this has to be 2.
I don't think anyone can do it in one. I absolutely. That's just too much at one go. You have to divide that up.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, nice to meet you, man.
All right.
Nice to meet you again.
You have been listening to Doctor Who Gives a Fuck, a drunken Doctor Who podcast for the end times. You can stream or subscribe to this human filth on Apple Podcasts or wherever the fuck you listen to your favorite podcasts. And for fuck's sake, leave a fucking review on Apple fucking Podcast. Don't be a cuck. Tell us why we suck. You can also follow the podcast on Facebook and Twitter until some maniacal multi-millionaire buys those companies in their quest for world domination. And then you're all fucked. Doctor Who and all related characters and situations are trademarks of the BBC, and no infringement is intended.
So let me go ahead and take a swig, and we'll get started here because I am recording.
Refresh your beverages.
Yes. I am on my second double Tito's and Coke right now. Yeah.
Brace yourself for a shock, but I'm not drinking tonight.
Holy fuck.
Ooh. Jesus.
Yeah, I know.
Next, you're going to tell me you haven't jerked off all day.
Well, I can't tell you that.
Oh, man, we're not ready. I had to tell my kids we can't listen to this one in the car because Sean's on it.
Damn it. I thought I was the most profane one on this podcast.
So
yeah,
are we trying to keep it PG?
Fuck no. This is Dr.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, the name of the podcast has fuck in it, so I think.
All right, fair enough.
It precludes any sense of parental guidance. If you're a Doctor Who fan whose kids listen to our podcast, then I don't know what to tell you.
You got a kid with good taste. That's what I'll tell you.
Direction point.
A Doctor Who podcast network.